Hey there everyone, this is Janelle with Lasting Impression Horsemanship, and if here's Brecken, he's a 3-year-old warm blood draft cross. He has quite the personality, and he's come quite a long way since I've gotten him. He went from being a horse that would sit there and really bite you and try and push into you, so for him to be standing here pretty quiet and not trying to bite on me, that's a big deal from what he was when I got him. So they have to be able to move every single part of their body, whether that's both the hindquarters and forequarters on both sides. They have to be able to back up and come forward off a feel. And then I also like to be able to get them to kind of do a little bit of a side pass sideways a little bit too. So I'll kind of give you a representation of what they should look like when I'm doing this stuff. And I mean, I want them pretty darn soft, so like they should be coming off a feel of me just moving this clip. So as this clip just comes forward, he can feel that, and I want him to come off just that little bit of a feel there. You see how I'm not even moving that halter hardly, and he's coming off just that little feel of that clip just moving. The weight of that clip is all the more I want to have to tell them to get them to move there. That's how soft I want my horses to be. So if I were to yield his hindquarters, there's a couple different ways I do it. You can either do it with a rope here and ask him to yield the hindquarters by lifting it up towards his tail with the rope, and you see how he'll step over with the hind feet here. Good. Oh, there you go. Or I can do it by changing my body language to be something a little bit more assertive and get him to yield his hindquarters that way. Okay, and the purpose of that one is going to come in if I were to be on the lunge line and I was quite a ways away from him. So say he was about this far away from me and I need to move his butt over that way a little bit. If I go ahead like this here, you see how I can get him to move that hindquarter and step away from me? So that's the reason I teach them with just the assertive body language, changing my body language to be able to change it, or excuse me, move the hip off of just my body language there. But I also like to do it off of the feel of the rope, because this can act as your rein, and this would be kind of the start of kind of your one rein stop, or like you control the hindquarters, which is where the power comes from. And so when you start to back them and get them on their back, this is already directly connected to the back feet. So it's kind of like your reins are already connected to your feet, which have your groundwork done good on your horses. When you get on them, they already basically know kind of how to steer and what everything means to them. It's not, there's no big surprise to them. The only difference to them is they have somebody on their back. It's basically the only thing really new to them, because everything else we've kind of helped them learn from the ground. We're able to kind of help them teach that from the ground area. So with the forequarters, I'm just going to go ahead and walk into his front end here, and I'm looking for the front feet to cross over. There you go. And I just want him to kind of go off of my body language and him to know that my safety bubble is here and that moves with me. And I need to be able to do the same thing on the other side. Good. And you see he's really soft there too. Get back over. And then, like I was saying about going off of a feel backwards, so if I just tip my rope up here, just going backwards a little bit, he's pretty soft with that, and I can back him up with just a really soft feel here, and then I can ask him to come back forward with just a really soft feel like that as well. And so I like them super soft there. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and keep an eye out on YouTube for more. Otherwise, you have a good day. Thanks.